All right. So I'm going to do a quick show and tell of my live rig. I've been working on this for about a year, a little longer, and hopefully this will be the rig that I use on if I get the Smashing Pumpkins touring guitarist gig. So we'll see how that goes. But first things first, here is just a quick rundown of my rig. So starting off, I want to bring it down to my guitar. This is the Jamstick Studio MIDI guitar. Really, it's just a standard guitar, three-way switch, volume control, 24 frets, humbuckers with a coil tap on the volume control so I can get single coil sounds. But the key part about this guitar is the pickup that's between the bridge and the bridge pickup. It's a MIDI pickup. It goes out to a circuit board that I can either run 3.5 millimeter cable for MIDI, Bluetooth, or USB. Currently, I'm waiting for a new circuit board because I broke the jack off on my MIDI cable. So I'm using the USB into the Akai Force. Next up is the Akai Force. This is the centerpiece, heart, brains of my entire rig. The guitar pedal board runs through here. My MIDI runs into here. I use the onboard synthesizers. Good example. There's one of the synths that I use. I've got layered sounds in here. It's also my mixer. I do have some beats programmed into it if need be. I plan on doing some other stuff with it. This is, like I said, been in development for over a year now. Up here, my Mac, I've got currently HX Edit running for my HX Stomp. That's on my pedal board. We'll go there next. I will probably use some other functions in here, but primarily that's the secondary part of my rig. It helps me edit all my presets and things. But I'll probably use a few other things with it. It'll especially be handy on the road when I can do recording and things like that. Well, let's go down here to my pedal board. So what I've got going on here is I come into the Keeley Compressor Plus. That's an always-on pedal. It keeps my sound consistent and volume level consistent, especially when I do my ambient stuff. Then I go into the D&M drive, Keeley D&M drive. I've got it set up actually really clean. There's a little more gain on the drive side. That's what gives me my rhythm tone. And then this is more set up as a clean boost with just a pinch more gain on it, just so I can get up for leads. Typically, I use the boost side, and it's still relatively clean, but it's just loud. Then I go into the Super Ego Plus by Electrical Harmonics. That provides me with my drone with an octave down, so I can get more bass sounds and things. Then I go into the HX Stomp. The HX Stomp is pretty much the heart of my pedal board. It's my amp simulators. I used some of the effects in there for texture. Currently doing the Smashing Pumpkin stuff, I've got 2 echoes set up. I've got an effects loop going, volume control, and then a pitch bender, which is assigned to one of the 2 pedals down here, expression pedals. And then I have just a room reverb for a little spatial significance. And then I go into through the effects loop, I've got the Empress Zoya set up with a granular delay so I can get textures. And then the Boss Giga delay. And this is really set up for sound on sound, so I can do looping, capture those sounds, and do some overdubs and things like that with it. I could also use it as a traditional delay pedal should I need to, but chances are I probably won't. Now, if I get the Smashing Pumpkins gig, this might change a little bit, but this is pretty much my pedal board. The 2 expression pedals, currently one's assigned to volume. The other is the pitch bend on the pitch bend function, so I can go 2 octaves up, which you'll hear in one of the songs that I'm doing. From there, all this goes back into the Akai Force, and then from the Akai Force, I run into the TC Blender. That's what takes my signal into the iPad. In the iPad, I'm running AUM, and currently right now this is what I've been using to practice my Smashing Pumpkins songs. Just a signal in from the Akai Force, so you get everything coming from the synths, the guitars, all that goes into the first channel. The second channel, I'm just using a web browser to do, like, I'm running YouTube videos so I can rehearse the songs. And then that all goes back into the blender, and I'm running the blender out to the Roland Go Mixer Pro, which is connected to my phone. That's what I'm using to record this with. I will probably use a combination of cameras to do my filming when I do the video for my audition. Outside of that, I will be using this setup for live streaming. And should I ever tour as a solo musician, this will pretty much be my rig. I'm going to have to make it a little more roadworthy, but this is it. And then to control AUM, I have this Korg Nano Studio Control, which I have tied via Bluetooth to the iPad, and that will control all the faders, any painting functions, anything like that. I actually have a preset set up for that. It's not up right now, but that will be a large part of my rig too, because I use other effects and everything like that. The main purpose of this rig is ambient textures and such. But currently I am set up so that I can do the Smashing Pumpkins audition video, and should I get the gig, this hopefully will be my rig for the tour. I don't know exactly what they're going to want me to do, but I'm hoping that bringing all this technology with me will give me a lot of, they'll like that. So anyway, that's all there is for today.